Gonna start with the end of a very dark place. So I would pray in the deepest, darkest ways that God would take me away for a couple months to get away from it all, to clear my head, to get my footings back in, and then everything would be okay. And in my mind, that was a trip to like Bahamas or something. In God's way, that was a near-death experience where it was 2 months for fighting for my life to get someone to understand me, and then 2 months in the hospital in a rehab center recovering. So I had drilled a hole in my foot, and I had developed a staph infection that went undiagnosed for 2 months. The night I got admitted to the hospital, I told my sister, I said, if I don't get to the hospital, I'm going to die. And I had been to the hospital like that week at least 10 times, sometimes twice a day, and they didn't believe me. So finally, the ER doctor took my blood and found out I was missing a whole lot of blood. So they then went to look to see where this blood went, thinking I had an internal bleeding. Come find out the infection would eat away at me and eat so I had to have 2 pints of blood transfusion. They found out that it infected my inner heart, my spine, and it took them 17 days. I was in septic shock to realize it came from my shoulder at that point. And a normal white blood count is 14 when it's high and you are sick. Mine was 17,000. I was in the ICU, everything. Once they cleaned out my shoulder, I stopped with the hallucinations and I started recovering and went to a rehab center after that. At that point, it had taken away my spine, so I couldn't walk. I didn't have much strength because my heart was infected and couldn't push the blood out. I was just really sick in a dark place. And it was dark, it was just dark. And I remember sitting there praying to God, if He sees me out of this, don't let my kids not have their mom. Don't let, I don't want that to be their story. And by the grace of God, I recovered from that. Even when I got out, we thought the infection had come back. And pregnancy mimics infection. And I was blessed with Gabby. When at the end of the pregnancy, my heart was cured. The doctors don't know how it happened. I totally know it was by the grace of God. And while I was praying to God in the hospital, I had said, if you save me, I will get away, I'll change my ways. I'll move, I'll go back to school, I'll be the person that you want me to be. We moved to Vermont, and everything was changing, but I still had it in my heart to find a church. School started, everything got wind down. It was at the Halloween parade. When I didn't realize how big that parade was going to be, and we didn't have a bag. I had driven by many other churches and thinking we were going to go, but it just didn't feel right. So when I got the Halloween bag, you guys had a card in there and an advertisement for the trick-or-treat up at the mall. So it's like perfect. So I took the kids up there and we came by the little booth, and the following weekend we came to Mission City Church. It's been so inviting and such a loving community, and the 2 driving factors have been when other single moms have passed away, and how the church has pulled together and really come through for their families and for them, and just being a part of that and watching that. And I have a weakness for single moms, so just seeing the love that pours out into them and lives that changed from heartache has been really comforting. What I'm most thankful for through Mission City Church is the community, the other moms, the friendships, and the supports that I have, especially being a single mom and being able to lean on them when I have questions and doubts. That's my story.